So the song Slow Down Gandhi, crazy that it's 20 years old and the issues discussed is still relevant today. How did that song come about?
Yeah, I mean, we've come full circle, I guess. Not a whole lot has changed. We're still, going to war over oil, and other things. But so this is after Makeshift Patriot. This is after another song of mine called Hey Bobby. And this is me just fed up with the military industrial complex. And I guess I wanted it to be a call out to people of a certain age who might want to join the military, to rethink that and to get people thinking about why we're at war, what the war is being used for, what kind of people get recruited into the military and why. So I guess that was the driving force behind me writing that song. And the whole Slow Down Gandhi thing was like a tongue in cheek. It's like every time you try to do something altruistic, they're like, okay, Gandhi. All right, Gandhi. Like you can't ever do something good without people saying that you're virtue signaling somehow. So that's what the whole Slow Down Gandhi thing's all about. And also a callback to the EPMD song.
Mm-hmm. And then you rapped, making you think you're crazy is $1 billion industry. If they could sell sanity in a bottle, they'd be charging for compressed air and marketing healthcare. They demonize welfare, middle class eliminated, rich get richer till the poor get educated.
Right.
How do you think that song has aged?
Sadly, very well. And again, when I talk about the type of people who get recruited into the military, it's often from low income households, low income neighborhoods, people
lack of opportunities.
Yeah, lack of opportunities. They feel like it's their only chance to get out and do something positive with their lives. That's kind of what's been fed into them, and a lot of them come back home very damaged, and all the things that they were promised don't come to fruition a lot of the time. So, yeah, we're still in that age where people haven't completely wised up to the whole thing. And we are constantly being made to feel like the military is to be revered and, oh, thank you for your service. Thank you for you talk to enough soldiers though, they kind of roll their eyes like, oh, okay.
So you don't think that the soldiers like hearing that?
Not all of them, and not a lot that I've spoken to or read from. I think they kind of just feel like they've been duped, a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, when you take a look at like the homeless population and how big of a percentage of them, come from having served and suffering from a drug addiction as a way to cope with their PTSD and everything like that, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I don't mean to piss off active military or ex-military. I've had encounters at shows and even outside of shows, because I had actually in 2005, maybe it was 2004, but a fan of mine who was serving overseas sent me the camouflage jacket with patches on it. And I kind of wore it. It's in my main profile pic. Ever since 2005, I've been using that for most of my profile pictures on social media. And people are like, why the hell are you wearing that? And I just was like, you know what? This is kind of a head nod to all the fans of mine who I hear from, who are in the military, who have expressed regret, and they thank me for speaking out about it. And yeah. But yeah, the military, there's all kinds of people in the military, just like any other thing. There's crazies, there's smart people, there's very aggressive people, there's peaceful people. But yeah, I don't want people thinking I'm like shitting on soldiers who serve in the line of duty and have put their lives at risk or had friends that died. But sometimes, not just sometimes, it just needs to be addressed in general. And Yeah, the whole rich get richer till the poor get educated. But like once we start wisening up to all that, I don't think you'll see any change until that happens.
Mm-hmm. And then you have like a funny story with your grandma where she invited you to an anti-war protest in Newport, Rhode Island. Can you talk about that?
Right. So at the end of it was like a march. At the end of the march, we all ended up at some kind of Elks Lodge or something, and it was an open mic, and people were reading their material. And one thing that annoyed me back then was protesters who were trying to relive the hippie age of the Vietnam protests with the flowers and Peace Man, and it's like, and like wearing the John Lennon glasses. It's like they were trying to shoehorn that into this, and I got real fed up. And this woman was talking about how if she was stuck inside of a gas chamber, the last thing she would do is sing Kumbaya. I just was like, oh my God. So I went up right after her and I said, you know what I would do if I was stuck in a gas chamber? I'd be slamming the fucking door saying, get me the fuck out of here. And then I did Slow Down Gandhi acapella. But that was just, and my grandmother got a huge kick out of it. My uncle too, rest in peace. But they saw, it just was like, I shook up the whole room because the energy was all kind of like too soft. It was, like it wasn't, I couldn't take it seriously. It's like, you're all playing roles. This is not real. Like, let's really talk real shit right here. So that happened. And yeah, that was probably the last time my grandmother took me to a social event with people she knew.
Well, don't forget that you actually bought that lady's CD for $20
Yep.
to try to smooth things over, and she still wasn't having it.
Nope. Yeah, I so regret that, man. I was like, you know what? Like, I know she felt like a clown, and she felt embarrassed, and I wasn't there for that. So I was like, hey, I'll buy your CD. I'll check your stuff out. And she sold it for $20, a burned CD. It was crazy. And that was, 20 years ago. I mean, these days that would be like a $50 CD.
Exactly, for sure, man.